Okay, today is the first Sunday of March. It's a new month starting. And I want you to look at the letter L-E-N-T. It's a Lent. 한국말로는 사순절. This year, the Lent started, Ash Wednesday was February 14, and it lasts through right one day before Easter, that is March 31st. Okay. We have a day and night, same day. Do you know when? Always either March 21st or 22nd. The spring day starts. It's exactly same day and night. So the Easter falls on first moon after the same day and night light day. So this year the Easter is April 1st. It's a little bit early. Sometimes we have April 16th, most time in April, but we have a little early Easter. Okay. So this during this Lent, 사순절, this period, we remember Jesus' suffering and his crucifixion, which will be the Friday before April 1st. All right. So this month in March, we'll learn about Jesus, the life of Jesus Christ. Okay. And our Bible here, the message of the Bible is a story of salvation through Jesus, and it is a focal message, the love of God that is shown through His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. All right? So this month, it is about the life of Jesus. And I brought this lesson about Jesus' birth, and we go through Bible only writes about Jesus' life starting birth through 12. So it is very meaningful about his birthday. So we whole mankind celebrate Christmas. So let's go back to the birth of Christ. All right? Everything about Jesus was fulfilling of a prophecy of Old Testament. Now we have Old Testament and New Testament, right? So it starts from Jesus' birth. All right, I want you to look at the left side of the map. Israel in the time of Jesus. You see the main cities and areas there. Galilee, north, and Samaria, and the south is Judea. And there is a city of Jerusalem and Bethlehem in the right above the Judea. And there's a Samaria. And up on the Galilee, there is a city named Nazareth and Capernaum. Those are cities, when you read the New Testament about the four Gospels, you mention a lot. So first thing, Angel Gabriel appeared to Mary and Joseph in Nazareth, way up on the north, where Galilee is. That's where they were from. They lived there. And every Israelites, they expected the Messiah as a descendant of King David. And Mary and Joseph did not live in Jerusalem. They were living way up on the north. By the way, the north Nazareth down to the Bethlehem about 100 miles. And then the second is when it was a time when the Emperor Augustus, Roman emperor, made a decree that make a census. USA, we have a census every 10 years, and 2020 we'll have a census be taken. But that time, they had to obey, so Mary and Joseph walked on a donkey maybe, went down to Bethlehem where Joseph's family tree started, King David's town. All this was fulfillment of the prophecy that Isaiah had written. Let's all read it together, just English, to save time. The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel. And then the next one is about the town where Bethlehem mentioned in Micah chapter 5 verse 2. But you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from of old, from ancient times. All right, this was Jesus' birth was all fulfillment of prophets, and about 700 years ago, both Isaiah and Micah lived 700 years before Jesus was born. And there are lots of prophecy, but I chose just two. And we hear about the wise men. They say it's a 3, but we don't know how many. A big group of people from descendant of Persia came to Jesus because they saw the great King of Kings is born. So they visited the palace of Herod and asked, where will your king is born? We saw the star and followed the star. So the King Herod, the great king, we call great king, Herod, told everybody, where is the king? He was shocked, and he was asking to give the answer to the wise men, and they saw the Micah chapter 5 verse 2. It is Bethlehem. So they all went to the where Bethlehem, and they saw. Let's all read it together. Okay, wise men saw the child with Mary, his mother, and they fell down and worshipped him. Opening their treasures, they presented to him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. All right. These are, because of these 3 gifts, there are 3 wise men, but we do not know how many wise men came, but we do know it was a big group that traveled over 3 months to worship the newborn king. But this king was not in palace, but where was he? He was lying in when we sing Christmas song, away in a manger. Okay, you see the baby Jesus is lying in the bed. But then the angel appeared to Joseph. And then let's all read it together. An angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the child and his mother and flee to Egypt. Remain there until I tell you. Herod is going to search for the child to kill him. It was prophecy fulfilled, out of Egypt did I call my son. That is Matthew chapter 2, verse 13, 14, 15. You know what? Those wise men gave gold. What else? Two other gifts. 우리 어른들이 한번 얘기해 보세요. 동방 박사들이 드린 예물이 뭐예요? 황금, 모략, 유황, 모략. Okay, it has other meanings, but my father taught me many years ago when I was a little like you, that God prepared this precious gift from this wise man to spend and use while Jesus is fleeing to the Egypt. Meantime, this was fulfillment of a prophecy that my son will be called by Egypt. So when we think about all this life of Jesus, his birth is a fulfillment of a prophecy. It's not just these two prophecies, but many. It was a fulfillment of Old Testament, and Jesus was told that Son of God, God He Himself will be born to die and to be an eternal atonement and the sacrificial animal instead of real animals. So by His death, when we look at the Bible, it is the message of love of God, and the whole thing is about central message of the Bible is Jesus Christ. And in this Lent period, some church have the color code. You see the Providence Road, they have a cross, and the purple linen is over 3 cross, and the middle cross, Jesus was crucified, symbolizing Jesus' crucifixion. That's why I wore this color today. Yeah, it is a purple, and the time of the 1 week after the Palm Sunday, they'll change to black linen, and then Easter is white. So next 3 Sundays, my message will be about the life of Jesus. Today is his birth, that it was fulfillment. Everything about him, God told way ahead of time, and people waited. And we live in the 2,000 years after Jesus was born and crucified and resurrected, and we look forward for his second coming. Okay, so let's have our life holy and put God first, and always be thankful about his death on the cross. And every time you come to church, you see cross everywhere, right? So let's give thanks in any circumstances and always. Let's make a line. 차렷, 경례.